Macy, this is Rebecca with your assignment 2 critique. Great work on this super creepy narrative. I really love all the images that you found were so good to composite together for this, and the narrative is very clear, so great job on that. On this first image, your text placement is really nice. I like that you made a little translucent so we could see some of the details of the brick behind it. And I like that it's red to kind of help, make that pop a little bit and, seem bloody. So good work there. I think that the woman that you found, the tied up body, is really good, and I like that she's like laying down on the ground. The grandma's expression is wonderful. The only thing is that her head is a little too big for the body, so I think that if you scale her head down a little bit, it'll seem a little more seamless. Right now she seems like she has a giant head, so but other than that, I think the placement is really good. I think your compositing all around was great, so good job there. The next image down, this is hilarious. I love his expression. I like his placement behind the counter. That was really a great idea, and it makes him feel like he's part of the room. The other thing is these cookies are, I like that you distorted them to make them seem like they're sitting on the counter. It seems like their distortion is not quite right. It seems like it's tilting too far down for the perspective of the counter. So I don't really know how to fix that. I'd have to be messing with it myself, but I don't know. Just look at the edge of the counter here and the angle here of this box. See how these angles come out this way and this angle comes down. It's not quite the same angle, like it needs to be parallel with the edge of the counter and the edge of this box here, and that'll make it seem like it's sitting on there a little bit more. But other than that, I recommend using a refine edge tool when you're cutting out hair, now that you know how to do that. And along here I see some pixelation of his costume. So since there was some cutoff here, just try to like make it a more loose kind of arm shape instead of like this straight line that happened here, and then that'll feel a little bit more organic. Other than that, I love the idea and I love the layout, the composition that you created with the clown, so good work there. On this last image here, these girls, their proportion is really good and their placement is really good, so I think that was a great idea, adding them in there. Going to Grandma's was a nice little tagline for this entire piece, and the other thing, but I see shadows in this image coming from over here, so it looks like the sun is back over here, like behind these trees. So if you could add some shadows for these girls, then they would seem even more placed on the canvas. Right now, like she seems like she's kind of floating. Like, see how these girls' feet are just not quite planted on the sidewalk or on the grass. So that's the only thing that I think that could be improved with that part. And then the text is, the placement is kind of awkward. Like it seems like it wants to be aligned to left, but it got shoved over a little bit. So either center it, align it left, make it just seem a little bit more intentional, or just make it larger, make it stretch across the whole width of the canvas, or of that image, is another option. The other thing too is that this whole entire canvas is not the 11 by 17 that's listed under the assignment requirements. So just make sure you pay attention to that. I also think each of these images need a border all the way around all 4 sides of each of them, and that it would read better if the width was the same for all of them. So that would mean making them all a little smaller on the canvas itself. Other than that, great job experimenting and coming up with this fantastic concept. Keep up the good work.